Hey guys, welcome back to Popcorn and Piggy. Apologies for the audio in this video. You might hear some kind of echoing or some wind noises. It's because, if you haven't already guessed, we're in a different location today. We are in my kind of conservatory lean-to kind of utility area because, as you may spot as they start to run around, we have some new foster piggies. Now, not do we only have a few foster piggies, but we have the most foster piggies we've ever had at one time. We have 6 foster piggies here at Popcorn and Piggy HQ. This is not the norm. Normally there's 1 or 2 at any given time, but we have accepted in 6 foster piggies. Now, they are here on a temporary basis. They are all boys as usual with me. If you haven't worked it out, I do have a heart soft spot for the boys, and they are all here from the local rescue, which is Worcestershire Rabbit Rescue and Friends, if anyone takes your fancy and you want to give them a loving home. But yeah, Worcestershire Rabbit Rescue and Friends has had over the weekend since the new year an absolute influx of piggies. I think there's now over 20 odd piggies, which is unheard of for the rescue. There's usually maybe 4 to 6 guinea pigs at any time, but 20 of an intake of 20 on a weekend is maximum, full capacity. So all the girls, almost all the girls, well, all the girls are at the rescue. They're all together. There are lots of mums, 3 are on pregnancy watch and 1 mum has her little baby. So I'll leave all links down below if you want to check anything out, and obviously check out their Facebook page if you want to see lots and lots of cute photos of the baby guinea pigs and all manner of things like that. But I have all the boys, minus Fergus and Badger. So if you've been following me on Instagram, if not, follow us on Instagram. This is where you hear everything first. Then Fergus and Badger, who were here over sort of before Christmas and during Christmas, have gone back to the rescue. They're fully neutered, and they'll either go in with the girls or be kept separate for a little while, but they are ready to be rehomed. But we have all of the boys here right now who are going to be neutered over the coming weeks, and there are 6 of them. So there's quite a few vet visits to do, but in this cage right now, there's 3. As you may have noticed, we've got 1 who is quite adventurous, who's just giving us a little show right now, but overall they are all very skittish. So I thought what I would do is let them sort of explore, run around me, and get used to me a little bit, but I'd also film a YouTube video. Hopefully you can't hear that train, apologies if you can. But I thought I'd film a YouTube video just so that you guys can obviously have a look, and I can share their stories so that you guys can get to know what's going on, kind of some of the things that happen when a rescue gets taken in piggies, and also just what it's like to foster piggies. So here we are. What is their story? Well, they've had a very sort of tough start to life. I don't think it was absolutely horrible. They all seem relatively healthy-ish. They're just very skittish and probably on the slightly skinny spectrum, but overall there's no, from what I can work out, no health complaints, no nothing like that. I don't know about the girls might obviously not, and obviously the fact that they were kept, basically it was an accidental breeder, but it wasn't just one accidental baby situation. It appears to have been quite a lot, which obviously is not a nice situation. But and the boys themselves, like I say, they all seem quite healthy. They're just very, very scared. But, and this is what surprises me, is to their health is so good. They were kept in a hamster cage. So I'm talking a cage literally like this big, like tiny. All six boys kept together. They're about 6 to 12 months old. So they've spent their whole entire life in that really, really small cage. So they're loving exploring right now in this lovely big one, even with me in it. And we've got popcorn, and yeah, they've just, like, it's no wonder that all 6 boys obviously had a big fight. So we've got 3 in here, which you can just see the same one at the moment. I'll try and coax the other 2 out in a bit. And then there's 3 others who are all kind of related. You'll notice by their colourings that they're all related, who are all solo at the moment. So my plan is to keep these 3 boys together, obviously if I can. Fingers crossed. Like if they are about 6 to 12 months, that's when they tend to kind of get their teenage hormones. So it might be a testing time, but hopefully if they've got lots and lots of space, which they now have now, it won't happen to, you know, won't be any more fights and things. But the other 3, the ones that are separate, I will try and bond 2 together, or if I can, all 3 together. They have some interesting personalities. These guys have only now been here. This is kind of like the end of 48 hours. It's been technically like over 3 days, but we're probably at 48 hours right now. So you can see they're not super skittish. They're not very, very confident, but they aren't terrified. They've got that teenager kind of curiosity in them. Look at that one. That one is such a beautiful colour. They're all beautiful, but this one has very unique colourings. But yeah, so they are loving life at the moment. 48 hours, they've come a long way. This obviously has been tidied this morning, right now, before I film, because it's not usually this clean. But yeah, so from what started off a horrible kind of situation in the sense of their housing and things, hopefully will turn out to be a lovely, wonderful home once they all find that lovely, wonderful home. So obviously I will have showed you the pictures of the other 3 boys, but I will walk you through those as well. Okay, so whilst these lot are still enjoying themselves in their fresh, clean cage, I will show you. So we're inside now. This is where I have the 3 others, all tucked in into individual kind of sections. So my aim is to potentially make a bond between 2, maybe all 3 of these. This guy, Charlie, is quite a character. We will see. He is very, very skittish, very skittish. I'm actually quite amazed that he's out here right now whilst I'm talking. But he is a character. Very, very cheeky, very, very curious, but very, very skittish. So we will have to see about him. He might be a troublemaker in disguise. But he is very cute. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Rolo. Just in, obviously he's brown, got the same sort of startled eyes, and I guess a little bit of, he's kind of like a tan colour, but Rolo has a similar kind of white at the top. And this is Bobby. Bobby is very, very sweet. He's not tame, but he's probably the tamest of all 6 of them. He's black with a little bit of tan. And he has been coming up to the bars whilst I've been cleaning these guys down here. I have not cleaned those yet. And he will come up for a chin scratch or a head scratch. And so he's a very sweet one. I've just put that Hey Pig Circus Heidi in there. So he's probably having a good sniff of Charlie, who had it but wasn't using it. So I thought, well, Bobby loves that one, so we'll put another one in for him so he's got a bit of choice. But he is very, very cute. Just look at him. Aren't you, Bobby? That's Bobby. So, Charlie, C for chocolate. Bobby, B for black. Are you sensing a theme yet? Maybe. And then in here we have Wesley. Wesley for white. I've named them real names just because that's what the rescue tends to name all their animals. They give them like real names. I've obviously just used the start of the letter of the colour just to help me and Jay at the rescue know who's who. So in here we have Wesley, who's mostly white. So you can now see, based on the other 3 that you saw at the start of this video, how they are all related and have similar colours and all manner. So this one clearly has the same mummy as the other cutie that you saw. Very skittish, this guy, very skittish. I'm actually quite amazed that he's not huddled in a corner. So if I put this back down, he's very scared. Bobby, you're running around doing popcorns here, mate. And I can hear, oh, that's Finn. I thought it might have been Charlie. Charlie is a bargewer. But Finn is craving attention right now. But Bobby is just so cute.
Aren't you? Oh, look at that popcorn. Is it because I've just filled you up with hay? And you did eat quite a lot of the old stuff, didn't you? Yes, you did. And Charlie's out. Oh, where's he going? Where's he going? Oh, look at him. And then Wesley's in there. So, this is how, so you all notice, so we've got Finn and, I was going to say Badger, it's not. Finn and Digger in here. I need to clean them up next. There they are. This, because I need to get to these guys when they get neutered, I've taken the side off, and poor Miko and Finn are under the stairs, which also need cleaning. So these guys will get a run around later. And then I was going to have one of the top 3 in here, but those cages are horrible to clean, absolutely horrible. And so what I've done is I've got this as a backup, just in case anyone falls out. It's currently actually just a fleece storage. But these 3 are all here. And my hope is that if I can bond at least 2 of them, they'll get like a 2x3 and a bit. If I can bond all 3, they'll get the 2x5 all to themselves. But I'm going to stagger it because Charlie is getting neutered this Thursday. Bobby and Wesley are getting neutered the following Thursday. And then these 3 in here, who are, if you want to know names, we have, hang on, we have Bowie, we have Blake, 2 blacks, obviously. I don't know which one's the difference. Like, they are so similar in colour, those 2, that I can't remember who's who. And then we have, I've gone for Stripe, just because I can't have another white and I can't have another chocolate. So this is Stanley for Striped. You know, that's how we are working with the 6 names and the fact that they all look so similar. But that's what we are doing. So yeah, those 3 are getting neutered next Tuesday. So lots of neutering, lots of syringe feeding, lots of antibiotics, lots of checkups, and lots of just checking everyone's okay. But all 6 will be neutered and can go to lots and lots of loving homes. Here's Charlie. And that was just so many popcorns happening in here, Bobs. Bobby. I have a soft spot for black piggies. 1, I've never met a fully black piggy. You'll have to tell me if you have. And 2, black piggies just seem to have lots of personality, don't they? Don't they, Bobs? And they're usually more tame. Because you definitely aren't. You, out of all the 6 boys, you're the most tame. And yet you've had all the same things that the others have had. So Bob's is very, very cute. If I come down here, is he going to do his usual be nosy at me thing? See, look, there's Charlie, look. There's Charlie. Hey, Bobby. He's got a new house, look. He's happy. Busy exploring. Ah. So these are the foster pigs. Busy, busy. Where's Wesley? Bobby's tucking in. And Charlie's come out to see what's going on. He's a right messy one, Charlie, but still cute.
Yeah, we're up to 10 piggies at Popcorn and Piggy HQ right now. 10 piggies. Side note, should also talk about the fact that this run, you might recognise it if you've been on the channel for a while. This is actually our outdoor run that normally sits on the grass, in which my boys, or any fosters at the time, will go out and enjoy some grass time. But like I say, I've pulled it out from outside. It's now in like my conservatory kind of area, and that's what these boys are living in. So I've got towels underneath it, and obviously fleece and lots of pads. And there's lots of houses in like this section that you can't really see. Side note, it was also very hard to pick a filming way, a way to film this with the piggies so you could see the piggies, but hopefully you don't mind this. But yeah, so I will stop talking right now. I will try and get you lots and lots of cute videos of the piggies themselves. And obviously if you would like to rehome any of them after they've been neutered, then please check out Worcestershire Rabbit Rescue and Friends. That's where I volunteer. I help them out, like I say, with foster guinea pigs, usually the boys that get neutered, as well as any kind of website updates and things that I can do. If you want to ask any questions, please feel free. Unfortunately, YouTube has changed slightly, so if you want to get in touch with me at all, you will now need to follow me on Instagram or Facebook in order to send me a message. Just because of the way YouTube is going, I have had to unfortunately mark all my content as made for kids. If you're hot on the YouTube thing, you will know all about COPA and all things like this, but because of the nature of the videos that I make, I've had to make them for kids, as you were. They're not usually for kids, but just in case, I know obviously guinea pigs are usually kids' pets, and with what I do in terms of education and that, I don't want to not provide that video for kids, because they're the ones who potentially need it more than everyone else. So unfortunately that does mean that you won't be able to turn on the notification bell and there won't be comments anymore, but I would still love to talk to you about all things on this channel. So please come follow me on Instagram, you can send me a DM, you can comment on any of the posts. I will always respond and be there, and more than happy to talk about guinea pigs with you. And of course you have the Facebook page as well, where everything exactly the same. You can comment on any of the posts, you can send me a Facebook message. I would be more than happy to talk all things guinea pigs. So sorry, did I disturb you there, mate? These guys, these very cute skittish guys, I will sign out, but you will have lots and lots of fun clips to come. Bye. What are you doing?